This is Robert Darden.
I promise you I'm not taking any time away from the music. This was already planned in here. Very quickly, the Black Gospel Music Restoration Project began during the writing of People Get Ready, when I discovered that 75% of all black gospel vinyl from 1945 to 1975 is lost. There is no way we're going to be able to put together what this music once was. And it was such a distressing thing to me that I wrote an editorial that ended up in the New York Times, and a very generous gift from a gentleman in Connecticut, Mr. Charles Royce, endowed the original Black Gospel Restoration Project. It was a gift of $350,000, and we were able to set up the beautiful studio that I hope you'll have time to see tomorrow, and make Baylor, white bread Baylor in Waco, Texas, the center for black gospel music research in the rest of the world. We already, as Patty has mentioned, have the largest collection of this music extant in any academic setting. And what this means is, this is the music that all American popular music comes from now. This is the root of everything else that has followed. The first American music continues to influence modern American music today. And as a church that comes, and as a university that comes with a religious setting, what better place then than here? Since nobody else wants to touch it because of the religious context, Baylor is the perfect place to have this music. And so when all this started falling together, and certainly not through anything I've done, God's hand was on this thing from way in the beginning, that it has evolved into where it is now. What this particular endowment does, the Prichard endowment, is gives for the first time some kind of permanence to this, that we know this will go on. The gift was very generous, but it, as all gifts will do, will eventually run out. And in fact, it's about 1.5 years away. But the endowment is the first major gift of this project, to see that for the rest of time, as long as we're counting time, that people will come here. They will come to this place to hear this music like you just heard tonight. And they won't be able to find it anywhere else, because already we have several thousand sides that are one of a kind. We have songs that we believe are the only existing copy known. And many of the great major collectors in this country have worked with us and are loaning us material, and we're keeping copies, so they'll have one, but we will have one. And before it's all done, what I wrote in that editorial for the New York Times, that if we let this get away, because this stuff is disappearing at an incredible rate. Every day some great saint from the 50s and 60s dies. The kids go up in the attic and they find a bunch of old LPs and say, what is this? We don't have any place to play it. And it ends up in landfills. And every day one of these artists is gone, and every day a whole bunch of the recordings are gone. But we have stopped the bleeding with the Black Gospel Music Restoration Project. And I was so grateful when Ashley, who's been for my years at Billboard magazine, one of my favorite artists, my only favorite white artist, I'll have to confess, was able to step in and do something by helping publicize this, by recording some of the music and letting us talk about the project in her liner notes. So I thought, if we were going to have something, and this came from Patty and the staff, why not bring all of these circles together on this night and in this place with this artist, with this endowment? I can't say thank you enough. Thank you, Prichard, for making this start and happen.